What you keep running from is what you most need to face. There is something you keep avoiding. You know exactly what it is. It shows up in the back of your mind in quiet moments, right before sleep, right after waking, in the spaces between the noise. And every time it appears, you find something to do, something to watch, something to scroll, something to keep you just busy enough to avoid sitting with it. But it keeps coming back, because the things we run from don't disappear with distance. They follow, patiently, until we turn around and face them. So what are we running from? For some, it's a conversation long overdue. Words that need to be said to someone who needs to hear them, or someone who needs to hear them from you. For others, it's a decision, a direction that deep down you already know is right, but requires giving something up you're not ready to release yet. For others, it's grief, something lost that was never fully mourned, a door closed that was never fully acknowledged, pain that was buried rather than processed because life demanded you keep moving. And for many, it's simply themselves, the honest version, the one with fears and contradictions and dreams that feel too big to say out loud. Whatever it is for you, the running has a cost, not always visible, but real. It costs you presence, because part of your energy is always managing the thing you're avoiding. Keeping it at a distance requires constant effort that could be going somewhere meaningful. It costs you peace, because genuine peace is not the absence of difficulty. It's the absence of unresolved things pulling at you from beneath the surface. And it costs you growth, because the exact things we avoid are almost always the precise things we most need to move through to become who we are meant to be. The avoidance and the growth are pointed at the same thing, from opposite directions. So why do we run? Because facing things is genuinely hard. Not in a motivational poster kind of way, but in a real human way. Facing something means uncertainty, not knowing how it will go, not knowing who you'll be on the other side, not knowing whether the outcome will justify the discomfort. And the mind prefers the known, even when the known is painful, even when the known is keeping you stuck. Familiarity feels safer than uncertainty. So we choose the familiar pain of avoidance over the unfamiliar discomfort of facing, until the cost of running finally exceeds the fear of turning around. So how do you begin to face what you've been avoiding? The first step is simply naming it honestly, not in a vague, general way, but specifically. What exactly am I avoiding? What is the precise thing I keep not doing? The precise conversation I keep not having? The precise truth I keep not acknowledging? Name it clearly. Write it down if you need to, because clarity about what you're avoiding is the first act of courage. The second step is to separate the fear from the reality. Most things we avoid feel catastrophic in imagination. The conversation will destroy the relationship. The decision will ruin everything. The grief will be unbearable. But imagination almost always exaggerates consequence. The mind inflates the danger of the unfamiliar to keep you where you are. Ask yourself honestly, what is the realistic outcome of facing this? Not the catastrophic version, the realistic one. Most of the time, the realistic outcome is far more survivable than the imagined one. The third step is to take the smallest possible action toward it. Not the whole thing at once, just one step, one sentence of the difficult conversation, one honest acknowledgement of the grief, one small movement toward the decision. Momentum changes everything. The first step is always the hardest. After that, the path becomes clearer. The fourth step is to trust yourself with the outcome. This is perhaps the deepest fear beneath all avoidance. Not just fear of what will happen, but fear that whatever happens, you won't be able to handle it. But look at your history honestly. You have faced hard things before. You have survived what you thought would break you. You have found your footing after losing it. You have evidence that you can handle difficulty. Use that evidence. Trust yourself with the outcome. Whatever is waiting on the other side of what you've been avoiding, you are more equipped to handle it than you know. The running has taken enough from you. It's time to turn around, face it, move through it, and discover what's waiting on the other side. Because on the other side of your greatest avoidance is almost always your greatest growth. That's not a coincidence. That's how transformation works. Wake up, unplug, and face it. Whatever is waiting on the other side of what you've been avoiding, you are more equipped to handle it than you know. The running has taken enough from you. It's time to turn around, face it, move through it, and discover what's waiting on the other side. Because on the other side of your greatest avoidance is almost always your greatest growth. That's not a coincidence. That's how transformation works. Wake up, unplug, and face it.